Welcome back. Some accessories, little little headphone mic. Hopefully it helps. Today I want to talk about something that struck me pretty hard, and that was a movie I saw a couple days ago. It's called Unbreakable, made in 2000. Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson. About the overall theme is about superheroes and if people would take on that position in their life or show up for other people to be the hero of their story. In order to be kind of classified a hero, you need the danger aspect, you need the villain, you need the opposition side. And at the end of the movie, when it all culminates and comes together, we learn that Bruce Willis's character um, accepts, uses his powers and abilities for good, and but you also learn that Samuel L. Jackson's character, the person in the wheelchair, is the villain, and he was the villain to find a hero so he could discover his own identity. I hope that makes sense. And the quote in the movie that struck so hard and is the purpose of this video is, now that we know who you are, I know who I am. And that line hit me in a way I didn't expect. Because you go through life, different stages, different songs hit harder, different, I don't know, life events, or uh, your eyes are different and your perspective's different. When someone shows you who they are, who they truly are, it reveals something about you. It unveils something, a side you didn't know. Um, in in the context of the story, you know, you thought you were a main character in somebody's story, but it turns out you were just an extra or a supporting character along. And it's, I don't know, it's devastating because you had this idea of where you fitted in the puzzle of someone's life, and then it turns out you weren't really needed at all. Like, what you thought was worth turned out to be, trash. You were trash to this person. But does that truly change? So, someone's perspective, does that change yours? What you see internally as far as value? Because pain introduces you to parts of yourself uh, that comfort never could. I'll say that again. Pain introduces you to the parts of yourself that pain never could. That what you're going through um, changes you. And something like, I'm really going through this is a hard phase in my life. And I think I've said before on this channel is, if you're going through hell, go through it, but bring a pen and paper. Well, I'm bringing a video camera to document, to I don't know, record, remember these lessons that I'm learning. Um, but yeah, but you can't run away from the pain. if you're just doing that, you're just extending it. You're not truly dealing. You're not facing. It's part of the purpose. To be human is to suffer sometimes, to feel, to learn. And sometimes you don't want to do that. You don't want to deal with that. So you put it off, you procrastinate. Procrastinating pain. But if you're willing to accept and be in this hard spot, I hope, at least for me, that I'll discover some things. And I'm not bragging or boasting, but I think over the last few years, before this hard spot I'm in right now, is that I've developed resilience. And that sucks because it's just like a constant acceptance of failure, but not agreeing to accept that that's your life. You got to push past failure. But, I didn't get that job. Okay, well, can't cry about it. You got to keep moving. Hope that makes sense. Actually, I don't know, I really like this idea of, now that we know who you are, I know who I am from this movie. So I jotted some notes. Actually came prepared today. So, I don't know, just to kind of wrap it up, to kind of give a challenge or some personal reflection is, don't be afraid to face the truth, because that will introduce you to a real you, honesty, truth. Excuse me. That will, I don't know, take the mask off, so to say, that you don't have to hide from yourself or others, accepting what's happened, what is happening, and to, I don't know, not add the burden of lying or this kind of falsehood of what you're going through, but just making it easier for yourself just to be honest. And yeah, such an interesting movie. Like I said, you go through these phases. You can watch something and it's just like, oh, that was, entertaining, move on. But you learn deeper meaning, because I guess you're more vulnerable to life. Like I said, like a song didn't hit you that way a couple months ago, and now it's just like it feels written for you right now, what you're going through. So I hope these videos are helpful. Yeah, promise to myself is just be consistent, showing up, working on the subject material a little more, trying to develop the ideas instead of just coming on here and freestyling it, shooting from the hip. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your time and attention. And next time, we'll see you next week.